I had just 4-point agenda when I was coming in as president. One, training and professionalism. Two, unifying Nanta, making Nanta to be one unified body, because I noticed a bit of segregation within some zones. So one of the agenda is unifying Nanta, making us to work in unity. Then thirdly, open up diversification, open up other opportunities of business. And the last one, living a financially buoyant association. Just those 4 points agenda. So in 2020, we're able to achieve the first one, which is training and professionalism. And our training team has rolled out several training. We have a calendar for training, and there have been a lot of testimonies from members on how it has helped them. And interesting, our training is IATA certified, because we are doing it in partnership with an IATA accredited trainer. Yet we eventually intend and plan for it to eventually become an aviation academy. That is the end game for the training. But right now, we're doing it in partnership with an accredited IATA trainer. 2021 was the first ever Eminent Persons Award. As in, what I mean, first ever in that magnitude. Where what recipients of our award is His Royal Highness, the Emir of Kano. We had the Governor of Kano, and you may ask me why. It's interesting. I'm a woman, and there's this notion about the North and women, but that was not the case for me. When I went to the North, there's this acceptance, there's this general acceptance, not only from my members, even from the governor, from the emir. The first time I went to see the emir, it was so cordial, it was unbelievable. I was actually fidgeting. I didn't know what to expect, and only for him to just make a joke, and that was what broke the ice. And he did that deliberate to make me free with him, because he noticed I was not a bit free. But then he has become a father figure for me, and that speaks volume. He's such he's a father indeed. So being an emir, I'm not surprised that he became the emir, because he's indeed a father. And I learned quite a lot from him. And I also found out in our relating that he's also an aviator. Perhaps that's the reason why he really welcomed us as Nanta. And he was the main recipient of that award. It was the talk of the town, where we have the emir with the ambience, and we had the governor too as well at the awardees. And also we also recognize the past heroes of Nanta, members of Nanta, our elders that have contributed immensely over the years in Nanta. So it was an evening, it was an elite evening. Who is who in the industry was there. It was talk of the town for the next 6 months. So that happened in 2021. That was also an amazing period. And I remember the emir asking us, what would we want him? He asked me, what would I want him do for us? And I told him, sir, if you can make us the official Nanta, the official marketer and promoter of the Doba, because we are there to I shared with him my vision of that diversifying, creating opportunities for my members to make money instead of just sitting down depending on tickets alone. So I just discussed with him that why doesn't he allow us travel agent members of Nanta market the Doba? Let it be a tourism product where we can market. It would be a very good initiative and a way for my members to make money. And he was excited about it too as well. And that was how in the Eminent Persons Award, he made that official announcement that Nanta is making Nanta the official marketer and promoter of the Doba. Then my third year came again, still part of diversification and giving members opportunity, opening up different opportunities and doors. In 2023, we started the first ever International Travel and Tourism Conference. This conference is meant for only travel professionals. You're either a travel agent or a tour operator, only travel professionals. If you are not a travel professional, you can't be part of the conference. What is the idea of the conference? Still part of training and professionalism. Is our own way of being able to that came under the agenda, the Africa to Africa initiative that I also started, where we begin to explore the continent of Africa. and to join with other parts of the world on the AFCFTA agenda, at least from the perspective of tourism. And I actually realized that most of the reason why we really don't sell Africa is because we don't know the destination. So that was what gave birth to that conference. The idea is for travel professionals to begin to travel within Africa. So the very maiden edition was last year, 2023, and it was hosted by the South African Tourism in South Africa. And the whole idea is to be moving from one African country to another. The concept is that conference will never leave Africa. It is meant for Africa, Africa for Africans. So, and the very first one was done in partnership with Tour Operators Union of Ghana, and of course Nanta. The idea is each year we add our colleagues. Each year we add our colleagues to the team. The very first one was Ghana. The next one we're looking at, Kenya will come on board. Botswana will come on board. So we'll just keep adding other travel and tour associations all over Africa until it becomes our thing. So that happened in 2023. That was also a major milestone. Like I said, I'm just summarizing. There's quite a lot. We won't finish here today if we want to start. But that same 2023 also, we took the bull by the horn. We dared ourselves. It was a project that we didn't even know how it was going to happen. That was Nanta hoisting the Nigerian flag in World Travel Market, London. Nigeria has been missing for almost 10 years in travel markets all over the world. And since we sell the destination, everybody is talking about tourism Nigeria. And you tell yourself, how do you actually market your country if you don't go out there? Yeah, nobody markets their country to their citizens alone. Yeah, it's good to encourage Nigerians to travel within Nigeria. It's good, but you can't market Nigerians to Nigerians because they already know Nigeria. So the people that needs marketing are the outside world. So we decided to say, well, you know what? Let's embark on this project of marketing our beloved country, Nigeria, to the world. Let's go to WTM. I can imagine people saying, Madam President, are you crazy? Do you know how much is it to go to WTM? I said, I know. How do you think you want to achieve it? And remember, we're having a lot of crisis in Nigeria. Business has not really been that good with our members, with the trap fund issues and everything. But yet we embarked on that journey, and it was a fantastic outing. There was no regret whatsoever. The very first time in Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria, that a private sector association attended WTM, not funded or sponsored by the government, no government sponsorship at all. He was sponsored by my members and, of course, well wishers, those that love us, like La Campagne Tropicana was one of our major big sponsors too as well. Also, in the midst, I'm just mentioning the major. There are quite a number of some other things that happen in between, like improving our relationship with our stakeholders, like getting involved with committees set up by the government that that will interface between the travel community, the consumers, and the airlines. Those are so many other things that happened behind the scene that didn't make headlines, but it's also very beneficial and important to us. Where our regulators will sit on the same table and we are chatting the cost of how the industry should go. You can imagine your regulator calling upon you requesting for us to be part of sanitizing the industry from the airline perspective to the travel agents and also to the consumer. Yeah, everybody is involved here. So that was another very important thing that happened during my tenure. And of course, the WTN was not just one of, in case you ask, oh, you did it in 2020, that was on. No, we came again. This one was bigger and better. We had almost 70 of our members attending. It was a huge carnival and it was worth it for testimonies have been coming from members. Somebody that I don't even know will just send me a message. Madam President, I know you don't know me, but this is who I am. I attended the WTM and I was glad. Thank you for making it possible for me to attend. I was able to see firsthand how this industry is being played on the international scene. We're travel agents, and one of the criteria of you being a travel professional is you must travel. It's part of our job. For us, travel is not luxury. It's a tool that is needed for us to be able to do our job very well. And this member that sent me a message was her first time in London. It started from the process of her getting the visa, and when the visa came, I could see the excitement, and I told her, look, travel is your profession. You must learn to travel. So, and we went, and she came back and sent me a message on what she gained from the WTM. That it was quite an experience, that she has never been in such an event before. And for the first time, she realized that the travel profession is indeed a worthy profession. It's a profession that has serious-minded people. It's a profession that covers the entirety of the life of anybody. It's a profession that you should be proud of. I'm living in Nanta that is better than what I met. My predecessor did very well in terms of publicity for the association and everything. I'll give that to him. So it's continuing. It's not about so for each president that comes in and leave, you should be able to leave the association better than you met it. That's how it is. So meeting it better than you met it doesn't mean the person that's left it for you did not do anything. So that I needed to clarify that. So now I'm also leaving it. I'm leaving the association better than that it was handed over to me. And it's the same thing I will request of whoever is going to take over from me. Please do not leave the association worse than what I handed over to you. Myself and my team were handing over an association that is playing on the international scene. Our relationship with international events has made UNWTO to recognize us as an association. So we're the very first association in Nigeria that UNWTO has made a request, has sent us a mail and requested that we should be part of them. So it shows that myself and my team, we've taken the association to another level. We are no longer local players. We are now both local players and international players. So just the same way I am leaving the association better than it was given to me, I also encourage and appeal to whoever is going to take over from me. Please, I beg of you, in the name of God, leave the association better than what I gave to you. I had handed over something good to you. I want you to take it from me and grow it. Make it bigger than from where I stopped. Continue and make it bigger. So you yourself too will be living an association better than what was given to you. If we continue in that same spirit, the development and the progress that we so desire for Nanta, we would eventually see it. Let nobody come and take over Nanta and just take it backwards 5 years or 10 years backwards. Or it's not even okay. It's unacceptable for you to still do the same thing I was doing, as in remain on the same level. It's not acceptable. Yes, they say a team together, everyone achieves more. There's this far you can run if you run alone, but if you run together, you go further. So I want to say a very big thank you for every member of my team. It's a teamwork. Yes, it's going to be called the Susan Akpore administration. Yes, that is why it's called Susan Akpore administration, because people recognize that it's not one person that makes an administration. There are people that makes an administration. So it's a teamwork. So I want to say a very big thank you to all my team members, to my immediate past president, Bankole Bernard, because in Nanta, immediate past president is also part of the new team. That's how we operate. Then, of course, to my first and second deputy, Alaji Mewada, as the first deputy, Mr. Chima Iye, Dr. Chima Iye got his doctorate sometime last year. So Dr. Chima Iye was my second deputy president. And of course, all my VPs, the VP Lagos, Mr. Yinka Folami, is such a wonderful man. In short, my 5 VPs were incredible. the VP North in the person of Abdul Razak. Then we have the VP West, Adeshokon. We have the VP East, another powerful and strong woman. In short, people need to watch out for this woman. In the person of Pastor Chichi of Eastern Zone. Then we have the VP of Abuja, another delectable, wonderful woman, also a very strong woman, Mrs. Uloma Ibiwari Kemabonta. I must say that because she loves her name to be pronounced full, no cut short. This woman is an incredible person. She's a wealth of experience. I learned a lot from her. I remember somebody calling me and said, "Am I not threatened by her?" And I'm like, "Why?" I'm not threatened by. In short, I deliberately chose her to be part of my team. She was part of my team in the first tenure, not as an ESCO member, but she was the one in charge of the training and capacity building, because she is also a trainer. She's a coach, a qualified coach from the John Maxwell Institute of Coaching. So I gave her that assignment, and oh my, I never regretted it. She handled it better than I would ever imagine. You know, there's a part of the Bible that says, write the vision, make it plain, so that people will see and run with it. That was what Mrs. Uloma Kemabonta did. So I am grateful to every member of my team, especially these three wonderful people. These two beautiful women, Pastor Chichi and Mrs. Kemabonta, and of course, Mr. Yinka Folami too as well. So gratitude goes to everybody, the financial secretary, the treasurer, financial secretary, Yinka Ladikbo, the internal auditor, Mika Olakpade, the treasurer, Tokumbo Dagoduro. I have 3 Yinkas in my team. But very special gratitude goes out to my own VP, the VP of Abuja, Mrs. Uloma Ibiwari Kemabenta, and Kemabonta, and the VP Eastern Zone, a vibrant young woman. She revamped the zone, and she's the reason why my agenda of unifying Nanta came through, because she brought the zone together and she did great things. Let me not also forget the prof in the team, Professor Yika Folami is such a perfect gentleman. Is someone you can always trust anytime, any day. You can lean on him. He had my back all through. He was there, my tenor, from the first tenor to the second tenor. But Pastor Chichi and Mrs. Kemabunta joined at the second tenor. This are my, when Moses was invited, they had 2 people that was holding his hand, Aaron and this. Those were the people that holds my hand in this association. Lest I forget, there is no good leadership without good followers. So shout out to every member of Nanta. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. True leadership is service. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I love you all. My prayer for every member of Nanta, my friends, colleagues, everybody, is this particular trying situation, trying time that we're going through would not last. Be rest assured that the God of heaven will always come through for you. Stay positive. Be prayerful. Look up to him, and he will definitely come through for all of us. And at the end of the day, we will smile and we'll all be better for it. Because tough times do not last, but tough people do. And tough people lasting is always by the grace of God. I'm a firm believer that we can do nothing without Christ that gives us strength. You all, God bless you.